following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't trust me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Ron will be here in a second. He is coming. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but I think he's getting dressed. And we had a slow morning, but hope everybody is doing well. We got a great show for you guys today. Before we start talking about it, I want to thank everybody for all the wonderful birthday wishes yesterday and all the anniversary wishes, because yesterday was Ron and I's anniversary. We got married on my birthday, and now I am joined the official age of old because I turned 60 yesterday. So we want to thank everybody for all the wishes on Facebook and text messages and phone calls and everything. It was really great. And so just thank you. I really appreciate it. And it was fantastic. And I got some really cool shit that the last gift is coming today. So I'll take pictures of everything and put it up on Facebook once we get that done. We want to say hi to everybody in the chat room. Stefan Bell, it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to Stefan Daniel Bell. He's been a friend of mine for like 20 years. Great guy. So we want to wish him a happy birthday and wish him all the best. Lady Lake Music is in the chat room. B. Claudia from Germany is in the chat room. Don Hinton is in the chat room. And I think she's feeling better because she's back. And hope everybody is having a great day and all is fun. Here comes Ron. I can hear him coming down the road right now. So he's coming. And again, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun and it was fantastic. And Ron looks beautiful.
Oh, screw you. We on yet?
Yeah, we're on. I'm live.
We're on
I
yet?
told everybody you're on your way. Coming.
Only because I am annoyed, pissed off, angry, and disgusted with my hair, number one, that it just didn't comb. It looks like an old broad.
No, it looks fabulous.
I look like an old Jew from Forest Hills.
You
I
guys
used to
like
do
his
customers.
hair?
My customers, I used to do their hair like this. All I need is earrings and lipstick. I'm in drag. Anyway, we need haircuts. I got to cut my hair.
Yeah, we're going
the second
to
thing
Halloween
I'm pissed off about is everyone out there, do not open up an elephant and an alligator because
on
it's
Facebook.
a fraud. They shut your computer down, and let me move over a little bit more.
Okay.
They shut your computer down, and you can't open it. Imagine the nerve of them, because they want you to go into Microsoft and get protection. They're the ones we have
They're
to get
viruses.
protection from.
I know if you guys, in case you don't know, if you click on those things on Facebook, I don't ever click on anything.
So my computer was down. Now Jimmy came along and he finagled and fixed it. It came up. Now in my message box, I have this screwball who thinks he's my best friend and madly in love with me or something, whatever his name is. And he said, hello. And I wrote back, hi, I'm busy. We're going to be on the air. He didn't give a shit. He kept writing to me about some fucking crap he was selling. That's not a Facebook friend. That's a person who comes in the message box pretending to be nice. And then they say to you, have you heard about? And they give this all. What are you laughing? I'm going to smack you all over this fucking room. Today you're going to
Nobody clicks on anything, though.
Beware.
You know you're not supposed to click
shut
on
up.
anything.
I'm talking.
Okay.
Then this goes to what I'm saying. I feel unprotected on Facebook. I feel unprotected in the world because the police, I feel, stick up for the criminal more than the victim. And that makes me frightened because I know stories I'm hearing in Palm Springs and all over where people are being, what's the word I'm going to look for? Proper word. Annoyed, not really robbed yet, but followed, or just people are afraid to go out now and do things. They're afraid to go in crowds because of the shootings. They're shooting at Donald Trump, and people are afraid if they're in a crowd, they're going to get hit. And these are Republican people. So there are people that say, "Oh, good, all the Republicans should get killed." I mean, that I don't care for either way. I've heard people say they want to shoot Carmela in the face. They call her the camel lady because she looks like a camel and she laughs like a hyena. I think all of this crap is horrible. This stuff what they're saying about each other is annoying and disgusting. So I'm just fed up with the goddamn country the way it is today. And yes, it was better years ago. It was much better years ago. Had anybody ever said anything about John Kennedy that was negative, they would be ostracized. We respected all the candidates that were running for president in those days. Today, people have the nerve to think that they're best friends with Kamala or Donald and that they could say whatever they want. Oh, they could say whatever they want about Donald Trump. Oh, like they know him. No. In my day, we respected the presidents that ran. Even that stupid jerk, Bush, he was an idiot, but we respected him. And the other guy that we impeached, Nixon, he was no ball, no dancing at Hall. He was nothing. And we didn't do that bad about Nixon. But today what goes on is teaching the young people to be disrespectful to older people in position.
Absolutely.
No respect
and no manners.
No, I think they defy me. I think I'm the one I get defied. I have my personality where I tell everybody to go fuck themselves if they annoy me. And that opens doors for big mouths that want to say, I'll get Ron Russell, but they never get me. And you know why they never get me? Because I don't give a shit about them and I get rid of them. I walk over them. And that's a terrible way to be. Anyway, that was enough of my bitching and moaning and
But
growling.
everybody's saying you don't ever click on anything on Facebook because they're traps.
Yeah, but I like the it was an interesting article I thought about an elephant and an alligator, and the title was "Guess What Happened?" So I wanted to know what happened between an elephant and an alligator, because I put up anything that's human, that's
Like a human
nature.
interest, yes.
Anyway. It's one of the. We had a lovely yesterday. We went to dinner with my daughter and Jimmy for Jimmy's birthday and for our anniversary.
Yes.
And I got Jimmy for his birthday a gigantic Chucky.
It's a 3-foot Chucky animatronic, you guys, but it hasn't come out today. He's coming today because we had to have it shipped.
Now, Jimmy collects these things as an adult, but what about the child that gets this toy? That's the same size. This doll is the size of a 10-year-old boy. Now, the 10-year-old boy will stand in front of it and it starts stabbing the 10-year-old boy. Isn't that nice? So the 10-year-old boy gets a knife and he starts stabbing the doll back.
The 10-year-old boy has no business
Listen to
watching
me.
Chucky.
Violent toys in my day were not allowed. There was a big thing in the not my day. I was in my children's day. Anything that was a what would you call it when a doll stabs you?
I don't know, but it's not a doll. It's an animatronic.
It's a doll.
No, it's
It's a
not.
friggin' doll.
No, it's not.
Animatronic, my ass. That's the word they made up. It's a fucking doll. It stands there like a person and stabs you. It stabs you. What do we teach?
Fabulous. I can't wait.
I hope it stabs you right in the neck.
I also got an Art the Clown, you guys. Trick or Treat Studios Art the Clown, and I'm going to take pictures of everything once Chucky gets here. And I got a really great Darkseid with light up eyes. If you guys know, we had the guy who plays Darkseid in the Justice League on the show. So I collect Darkseid, and it was fabulous. And the Chucky is fabulous. We saw what it actually looks like at Marcel's Halloween party Saturday night, and he had one there, and it was awesome. And he said it was very
Jimmy
difficult
turned
to get.
60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Jimmy turned 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's what he is, 12 years old. He's got a collection of stuff, of these dolls, and whatever they're called, that we have him in storage. We have a storage room, big storage room, filled with all of his, what do you call that shit?
Well, I have my action figure collection and my animatronics. There's a There's I have a whole bunch of them. I have Jason. I'm going to get Art the Clown. And yes, you guys,
I got him a nice one.
everybody in the chat room, yes, he makes noise. Chucky talks. It talks about killing you before he
Yeah.
kills you, and he
It
moves
says-
his head and
it
his
says,
eyes.
It says, you little fuck, I'm going to kill you.
It's awesome. It really is, and everybody wants it. They're reselling them on eBay for hundreds and hundreds, like 5 times as much as you can get them for if you could really originally get it. We couldn't
You
get
need
it
a
here.
haircut, too.
I know we couldn't get it here, so the reason we couldn't get it here is because they were all sold out. So
My daughter got
Ron's
it
daughter
in
got it in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania and shipped it to us.
$150 to ship that friggin' doll. Could you imagine?
125.
How much?
125.
Correct me for $25. $125 to ship that doll, plus what it cost me to buy it.
Don't complain.
I'm not complaining, but when my birthday comes around, I
You
don't
always get good shit for your birthday.
No, I don't get what I give you.
That's not true.
No, I really don't.
He's so full of
I
shit.
don't.
I got him an anniversary present too. It's coming later today, and he'll
Yeah,
show it
keep
to you
telling
guys
me about
next
this
week.
present like it's a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal. It's just the thought that counts.
It's probably going to be sponges
No.
or,
Anyway,
or
we have some
Brillo
announcements.
pads or
We have some announcements we got to do.
something to clean.
So first of all, you guys, we want to thank everybody. We have two great guests coming on today. We have Kyle Lauder coming on, great actor, producer, and news personality. He'll be our first news personality that we've ever had on the show.
Who's
He's
that?
also really good looking. Kyle Lauder, our guest.
What's he syndicated with?
He's on KTVN in Reno, Nevada. He's just the news anchor.
Okay, so he's not on CBS.
CBS.
He is on
Yeah,
CBS.
CBS in Nevada.
We're going to have a war.
No, he's not that kind of a. He's not. He's a news guy.
We
Not
want
an
we
interviewer.
have to get rid of CBS because
No.
of all the things that CBS is doing.
No.
The whole world is upset with CBS.
Okay, but that's different. He's in like Nevada, so it's no big deal. And then we have actor, musician Sonny King coming on. Going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be
Is
a
that a
great
boy or a
show.
girl, Sonny King?
Sonny King is a man.
Well, it could be a girl.
Sonny? Yeah, it could be.
I know.
But you're probably friends with him on Facebook. I am.
Probably.
Anyway, going to be a lot
I
of
have
fun.
5,000 people on Facebook. You think I remember?
Yeah, I
them all?
remember all mine.
I
so.
can't even remember my name, my own name.
So here's some other cool events coming up, you guys. On November 16th, we have Dave Bailey's Day of the Cicada.
My boy,
movie
I
premiere
love Dave
that we're
Bailey.
going to,
He's
and
a
it should be
great guy.
fun. This weekend we have Halloween Hotness on Saturday. You can still get tickets or make a donation to St. June's. It's
I gotta
Halloween,
tell my story.
Halloween-hotness.com. Wait, I got to finish all that because I got a lot of shit to go over here. Then, you guys, if you're in the California area and you're looking for a great music event on December 1st at the Roxy Theater, we have the 21st anniversary.
That's my present.
The 21st annual set. Hey! Quiet!
Violent. Don't you?
So
speak
we have the
like children.
21st annual South Bay Music Awards, you guys. The website is southbaymusicawardslllc.com. Hey, you
Yeah,
guys!
you do
stop.
that. I'll go get my present.
All right, you guys. So I need to start over. You guys be quiet. So you guys, on December 1st, we have the South Bay Music Awards. It's the 21st annual South Bay Music Awards. The website is southbaymusicawardslllc.com. Red Carpet Awards Show. We're going to have members of Quiet Riot, Great White, the bassist from Metallica, Robert Trujillo. It's at the Roxy Theater. Jimmy McNichol's going to be there, which I can't wait. I'm a huge Jimmy McNichol fan from the day. Christine Peters, who's one of the biggest producers in Hollywood. She did Money Train, Sliver, Bonfire of the Vanities, Rain Man, Tango and Cash, Witches of Eastwick, Flashdance, Gorillas in the Mist, The Saint, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, The Out-of-Towners, huge films. We'll get to meet her there, and rock and roll bassist Sean McNabb, and that's just getting started. So please, if you want to check out a great event, go to southbaymusicawardslllc.com. And
No present. Nothing came.
the dogs are just freaking out for nothing. It's going to be a big box anyway. All right, so so now we're going to bring on our first guest.
Wait.
What?
Let's play a little game. How big is the box?
Well, probably going to be as big as that table.
You're kidding.
No.
The hell
Why do
did
you think
you
it costs $125? It's a 3-foot. You saw how big the thing is. It's 3.
Oh, I'm talking about my anniversary gift.
No,
that
that'll
you
be in the
gave me.
mailbox. That's
Now,
gonna
a little piece of shit, right?
yeah, it's gonna be a
No
little.
big box like I gave you. I got a little thing like that. I want to tell my story. Our good friend, Shelley, what the hell is her last name? TJ's
Shelley Mesick. Shelley
Shelley
Mesick.
Mesick. I have a terrible time with that name. Looks just like Julianne Moore. Exactly. And we were at an affair. Am I gonna get it right? And I kept telling everybody that she was Julianne Moore. And Dave Bailey was there. And Dave got so excited, he phoned his mother. And he said, "Ma, you won't believe that I'm with Julianne Moore now." So he told me, I called my mother and I told her I was with Julianne Moore. She was so excited. I said, "Dave, that's Shelley Mesnick. She looks like Julianne Moore." And I called her Julianne. It's not really Julianne Moore. Well, he was so upset he had to call his mother back. And his mother said, "What kind of a jerk is that that calls her Julianne Moore when she's not?"
It's
I
like
thought that was funny.
No, it's very funny. All right, we're going to bring on our first guest.
Yes, bring on our first guest.
All right, you guys. Now we want to bring on our first guest. Let's bring him in. Kyle, let's make sure we can hear him. Hey, Kyle.
Hey guys,
In.
how you doing?
Good. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, news personality, actor, producer Kyle Louder. Hello and welcome to the show. Ron won't
Good to be
remember
with
you.
you guys.
No, he's met you twice. He won't remember you.
That's not true.
Do you remember him?
That's not true at all. No, I met you at
He's like my
the-
fucking voice, my mind in my voice. I certain people.
Okay, do you remember him?
No. I just remembered making out with him.
Yeah.
I mean, do I remember you?
You're gonna start stuff if you go down that road.
Listen, I'm 84 years old. When this son of a bitch is 84, he'd probably be like this.
Anyway, before we get started, this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
Who I'm married to him 11 years. I can't understand how.
And then we have a chat room with people filling up, so please just say hi to everybody
Let's
in the
get on
chat
to
room.
him. I want to
Bring on everybody to the chat room. No, say hi to everybody in the chat room. You have to
You
say
talking to
hi.
me?
You, yeah, you.
Oh, hi everybody. Thanks
There
for
you
joining
go.
us.
Now, first of all, are you a reporter?
No, I'm an anchor.
You're an anchor.
Yeah, I anchor the morning news.
What channel are you on?
Well, the CBS affiliate up here in the Reno Tahoe area.
We were just
Can you
in.
tell our engineer to up his
You can't.
volume?
You
Can't
can't.
we
That's
up him?
it. You
'Cause
need to put
he's
your.
coming in very low.
No, he's good.
Am I
Yeah,
good?
Yeah, you're fine. He's a little bit hard of hearing because he's got a clogged ears.
Now, I'm going to ask you a really important question. Are you married? Are you married?
No,
5
No.
years?
no,
No?
not yeah, no ring. He was showing you no
Oh.
ring on the finger.
Are you straight?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
You guys, if you want to
shut up, I'm getting there. I have a daughter.
Oh,
Who
you
looks like-
do?
My daughter looks like Michelle Pfeiffer or Grace Kelly. She was the second runner-up in the Miss America. She was Miss New York and Miss Long Island, and she's an old maid. I'm
How old
looking
is she?
for a husband for her because she doesn't seem to be finding one.
Actually, I think he's too young for her.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
Yeah,
Well,
you're a little
she
young.
likes him younger. First of all, she doesn't look her age. Listen, Kyle, I'll smack you right in the face. This is important business. My daughter, I want her married soon.
He's got two of them.
She's straight. She's not gay or anything. She's lovely. She's a very busy girl. She's an antique dealer.
So here's why. So let's go. So first of all, you guys follow.
Wait a minute, I might have sold her.
No, you didn't sell it.
I didn't sell
No,
it.
because I know he's not married, but I've seen his Instagram, which shows that there is a woman sometimes around at least. And you guys can follow him on Instagram. He's at Kyle Louder22 on Instagram. You guys shut up.
No, I would like an anchor for a son-in-law.
He's not only an anchor. First of all, one thing I realized when we saw you at Sean Kanan's book signing that one time. So you guys, I'll tell you a quick
I
story.
was nice to you when I saw you, wasn't I?
No, I remember that. Yeah.
You don't remember
You were.
me either. Shit, you too. You remember.
You guys, we were at Barnes and Noble, and I was staring at him because I couldn't figure out
You're a
who.
faggot.
Because I couldn't figure out who he was. Well, he is very handsome, but I
He
couldn't.
is handsome,
I couldn't
big
figure
fool.
out who he was, and I was like looking at him, and he looked at me, and then he like moved his seat one seat over, like trying to get away from me and everything. And I
Because
was
he
like,
figured.
and then I figured
this old faggot is after
and then
me.
I figured it out, and I went and introduced myself. I say, "Hey, I'm sorry. You know, we met you at your Amityville Harvest or whatever movie premiere, and he was the star of the movie."
That's
And
right.
and I
I
so I'm not
remember
like
that.
I'm not a weird stalker, you know. And then
Or
I
an old
reminded
tree
him that on
looking for a cute young
and,
guy.
and I reminded him that on Instagram when I asked him to come on the show because he's done so much stuff. And I didn't know that I knew you had been on soap operas, but I didn't know you were like a huge soapy. You're like a huge soapy. You have 781 episodes of Days of Our Lives and 415 episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful. That's not like a little casual, hey. So how did you go from being like a huge soap opera star to an anchor, and why did you move to Nevada?
The short answer is my daughter.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So I'll try to make a long story short. So back during the pandemic, when the whole world shut down, but LA in particular felt like the walls were closing in. It just was not a great place.
LA's done
Yeah.
it.
So my ex-wife, who is still a dear friend of mine, and her fiance at the time, Sean Christian, who was also an actor, they bought a house up in Lake Tahoe, beautiful house, like on the lake. And my daughter, or Ari's and my daughter, and myself over the course of the next 3 years, so like 2020, 21, 22, 23, going up to Lake Tahoe and visiting, and she just fell in love with that area. And about January 2023, we just got back to LA from spending the holidays up at the lake. And she came to Mom and me and said, what would it look like if I moved up to Lake Tahoe full time? And, you know, we didn't want to shut her down, but we're kind of like, well, let's at least look into it. I mean, because she was 13 at the time. So you have to look at schools. What's the school district like? Is this even possible? What would it be like for a kid to grow up, you know, in kind of a smaller town? You know, going from LA to Lake Tahoe is quite the transition.
Yes.
But she was determined for that. So the point is, for me, she was going to, you know, everything checked out. The schools are great. And fast forward, the punchline is she's thriving up here, which is awesome. But rewind, if she was going to go, I was going to go. I didn't want, you know, she's a freshman in high school. I didn't want to spend the next 4 years of her high school, you know, just flying in or driving up and visiting. I wanted to be as close to her as possible. Yeah, exactly. So for me, you know, I was on Days of Our Lives at the time and, you know, doing some other, I was working in Los Angeles as an actor. And I knew I was going to leave with or without a job. But I knew, obviously, I'm not ready to retire. So I guess by deductive reasoning, I'm like, all right, what's the closest city to Lake Tahoe? Because there's no television production or like film production in Lake Tahoe. And so I'm like, all right, Sacramento, that's about a 2-hour drive away. But okay, Reno is about 45 minutes, a little bit less than an hour at the most. And I just cold emailed all the television networks, all the affiliates, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox. And I had my resume and a cover letter just kind of explaining my situation about kind of what I just told you. And I said, look, I have but it's not scripted. It's all broadcast news. And I told them in my cover letter, I said, look, I have no broadcast news anchor reporter experience whatsoever, but I've spent 24 years in television telling stories through the medium of television, albeit scripted. If you're willing, you know, I started on Days of Our Lives when I was 19. I grew up on a TV set. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera. And I said, if you're willing to teach broadcast journalism, I'm willing to learn. So they got back to me.
Everybody, because everybody knows who you are, like all people. So it's kind of like having a celebrity as an anchor at the TV station.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. In fact, the vice president and GM of the and actually a few other people at the station, at the network, knew who I was. They were fans of Days of Our Lives, so they recognized me from my acting career. So they said, look, at the very least, let's bring him in and kind of like they do in film and television, let's do some screen tests. And serendipitously, this was a total coincidence. Both ABC and CBS were trying to fill open anchor positions on the morning show. It was like a serendipitous thing. So I drove up to Reno and I did some screen testing with the morning anchors at ABC and CBS, and I got an offer from both, and the rest is history. So that's what brought me up here.
No, that's cool. That's great for your daughter and for you.
No, I lived
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters, and
Okay.
I was a single dad. In other words, my wife took a powder, so I had to raise my 2 kids. We lived in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
I started to see my daughters not becoming the daughters I wanted growing up. They wanted expensive shoes. They were thinking like all the rest of the kids. Then I heard about drugs were coming in the picture. I said, okay.
Yeah.
We sold the house and we moved to Garden City, Long Island, where I'm from New York. Garden City is a very, very old-fashioned thinking town.
I'm from Westchester. I'm familiar with
Oh,
it.
He's from Westchester.
I'm from Westchester, New York. So I'm familiar with Garden City.
Those towns, the kids are a little stupid. They're not as hip as in LA. All right. I was so happy. Now, Lara Spencer, Lara Spencer, ABC Good Morning America, is a family. She grew up in my house with my daughter Leslie. Lara is our best friend. Lara gets married. Lara has 2 children, and Lara gets sent to LA to, I guess, Good Morning America, for some reason, wanted her in LA. So she and her husband bought a beautiful house in Truesdale Estates. Gorgeous. And I said to Lara, if I were you, I would get the hell out of here and do not let the boy and the girl grow up here, because you're going to have a whore for a daughter and a drug addict for a son. Because all the kids in Hollywood are demented. They all think that cool and groovy is to tattoo your whole body, stick spears in your face, and do drugs. So Lara said, what can I do? I'm under contract. I can't leave. So I said, well, be very strict. I think she only had 1 at the time. The boy, her son, what's his name? Whatever his name is. Yeah, she only had her son. He was a little boy. And she started to see everything that was going on. And she said, Ron, you're what's his name? Buff, not Buff. Oh, I know his son so well. Anyway.
Great part. That's okay.
He's starting to not be quite the little boy I want.
Yeah.
However she finagled it, I'll never know. But she got her ass out of it.
I just think it's very cool that she did that.
She went to Connecticut. She bought a beautiful house in Connecticut, where Kate is her daughter. Then she found a guy. She got married, had a baby, Kate. Her children today are the ideal children. Her son is tall, handsome, athlete, got all kinds of college things for football. Her daughter is beautiful and the most lovely kid. No drugs, no tattoos, no spears, nothing. So I love what you did. I love that you took your daughter up, because I know that area well. It's a very beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
I want to go with Jimmy.
We were actually just shot. He just shot a movie, Clown Motel, 3 Ways to Hell, and we were at the Clown Motel, which is in Tonopah, which I think is in the middle of Reno in Nevada and Las Vegas. I think is what they told us. It was kind of in the middle.
It's like halfway between. Reno's in the north, Vegas in the south. Tonopah's kind of it's in the middle of the state.
And I think you did the wisest thing, because I think you gave your daughter a break, that she doesn't have to do terrible things to keep up with the rest of the little shits.
Well, listen, this was her idea. She wanted to do that, and so I commend her. And honestly,
she didn't fit in. Don't you get it? She wanted. Listen, if she loved her friends in LA, kids at that age don't leave their friends. They love their friends. She obviously was not liking what those kids were like. She didn't want to be like them. She wanted to get away.
Yeah. So I think it's terrific.
For you. This is the best applaud I could ever give you. Not for your stupid talent, but for being a great,
a great dad. So I have a question then. So 19, you started your 44, so 25 years you've been doing entertainment. Was Days of Our Lives, was that one of your first things that you got? Because you've done a bunch of movies and TV shows and all kinds of stuff. Was Days of Our Lives one of your first deals?
It was the first. Yeah, it was the first. The very first one. Yeah, I had a very interesting story. I started out kind of cliche. I got discovered by a modeling agent, and then I modeled for Abercrombie and Fitch and Speedo. Thank God you can't find those photos anymore. But they're not. People have searched. They're like wiped from the internet. I have the originals. So anyway, So I was able to, again, I'll make a long story short. I was able to score an audition for Days of Our Lives through an actors showcase. Fran Bascom, who was the casting director for Days for many, many years, she's passed away now. She showed up at this random North Hollywood actors showcase that I went to at 19 years old. I had no money. I had no experience. I was in drama school at Syracuse University, so I did have some training. I wasn't like raw, but at the same time, I didn't have any professional experience. So I went to the showcase, and she happened to be the casting director that was kind of overseeing the showcase. And again, serendipitously, Days of Our Lives just happened to be actively looking for a 3-year contract role on Days of Our Lives that I just fit the bill for. It was for We Just Lost Drake Hogestyn, the Days of Our Lives soap opera icon. It was for Drake Hogestyn's son, Brady Black. And I auditioned. Fran brought me in for the initial reading, called back for the screen test, called back for a second screen test with Drake, and got the role at 19. My first job ever. I was only in LA for like 6 months at that time. It was the first, I almost don't want to say this. It was actually the first professional audition I ever had.
And you nailed it.
I tell people that I think what was working in my favor was the fact that because it was the very first audition I ever had, I'm like, I'm not going to book this thing. Like, nobody ever does that. I'll just go in and try to make a contact with Fran Bascom. Maybe she'll call me back in the future or whatever. But I think that taking that pressure off myself, I was very chilled out. I was very relaxed, and yeah.
So Dave was, because back then, like, everybody good looking. Back when you started, now they put every kind of person on, but like back then, everybody was good looking, and the fact that you're good looking probably could.
Now,
well, I don't think it. Yeah, thank you for that. I don't think it hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle, question. Answer it honestly, or I'll have some people hurt you.
Yeah, right. This guy's huge.
Which do you prefer, anchor or actor? Because to me, being an anchor, I'd be bored to death. I would never giving up.
No,
acting is is one.
It's like, I know this is the biggest cliche in the book, Ron, but it's apples and oranges. You can't, like, I have so much fun.
What made you do this? You're an actor. An anchor is boring. He reports garbage. An actor can create something.
Oh no, anchoring is not boring at all, man. Not at all. I mean, I show up
I would be bored to death every week, every day, having to go, good evening, folks. And guess what? An airplane just went down.
No, everything. The news cycle is exciting. It changes every single day. Every time I show up to work, it's a whole new show.
I know. I like that.
It's like,
I cannot imagine with your acting career to have given it up to be an actor.
He didn't give it up though, because he still acts.
You still act?
Oh yeah, he still acts. Right? You still act.
Well,
He's still making movies?
No, I'm not making movies. I'm under a pretty firm contract with the network up here. But Days of Our Lives, I did do a few episodes for Days of Our Lives just a few months ago.
Oh, wait a minute. Those contracts stink. Lara's contract said Lara was with ABC forever. And then she was on the show where people brought their
free market flip.
No. The people brought this shit to be sold, like the antique stuff that was Antique Roadshow.
Okay. Yeah.
So she had to give a portion of her salary to ABC in order to do that. Oh, not easy. These contracts are not good. And also, she'll probably kill me if she ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell. You don't go telling secrets of people.
Well, it's not a secret. She told me. If you tell me, you know it's not a secret. Your contracts are pretty strict.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It's important. and they hold the anchors.
Oh, they do
back.
hold him too. They're going to hold you to it because
I
Sean
mean,
Kanan can't do
no.
things unless he gets it approved. Everybody
Yeah.
has that problem.
Yeah, look at Sean. He went back and he's hitting.
That's how I figured you were a soapy that
You know,
day.
we love Sean and Michelle. They're our closest friends. You know that, of course.
Oh yeah, no, Sean's awesome. I've known Sean for 20
love
20
Sean.
years.
So here, what I did. First of all, we have Dawn Hinton is in the chat room. She says she named her daughter after Carly on Days of Our Lives. Just say hi, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
So I made a little list of all the people that have been on Days of Our Lives that we've had on our show over the years because we're 7th. This is our 17th year on air as a podcast.
And
17.
I've never gotten paid
Yes.
once.
Yeah,
Never
this is our
once.
17th year, and we're averaging our last 2 weeks ago. Our show got 13 million plays.
And I say to
Um,
Jimmy, how come you don't pay me? You know what he said to me? Oh, we're married.
So here's some of the people though. And some of them might have been on when you were on, but I know since the show runs, such a long thing. But we had Charles Shaughnessy, Charles Shaughnessy, Kristen
Nice guy.
Chappelle, Wesley Ewer, Kevin Spiritus, Jack Coleman, Barbara Crampton, Paul Logan, Mike Manning, Katie McLean, Ian Buchanan, Jim Beaver, Lyndon Ashby, Morgan Fairchild, and Gina LaPiana. And then,
all nice.
and then when you go to The Bold and the Beautiful, which is like the only that's still going, and it's very popular still. You're on 415 episodes on there. Actually, I'm pretty good friends with Jacob Young, but Sean Kanan, Bobby Eakes, Ron Moss, Ian Buchanan, Barbara Crampton, Antonio Sabato Jr., Robert Craighead, Constantine Maroulis, Crystal Chappelle, Tristan Rogers, and Sean Whalen. So basically, that's a lot of people for us to have on those shows.
When I auditioned for The Old and the Horny, they were considering me.
Yeah. And you also did the Days of Our Lives 35th anniversary TV movie.
Yeah.
So you're a big soapy. So
You wait a minute. Excuse me, I'm negotiating. He should be in our movie
well, if it fits into a script
with
movie.
the one that you're producing about the soap
Oh, the soap
stars.
stars. That could
He'd
be
be perfect
actually,
for. He'd be perfect to be.
I
in
am. I'm actually putting together a movie. I don't know if it would fit
And-
in.
and we
because
have the money.
you don't get time off, really, right, to do stuff.
Oh yeah, I do.
Are you allowed to make a movie? Does your contract
Yeah.
allow you? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to talk about that.
He's putting in all the soap
I'm
operas
putting a lot of soap opera
from
stars
years
in,
ago.
in a movie called Saving
Sean-
Paradise, and it's
Sean
about
is-
it's
Sean
about
is in it.
it's about a soap opera. It's about a soap opera star, about a soap opera
Oh.
and a family and stuff. And anyway,
It's a
I
good
just
script,
got
it's a good
funded, so
movie.
I'm working on it.
So
Wow.
talk to Sean Kanan about it.
Now Sean doesn't know about it yet. You're like telling
Sean
me.
doesn't know.
No, I got the money without having a cast. But we have but we're going
Wait
after.
a minute. What if Sean's not available?
Then I'm gonna get somebody else. Like, what do you want?
Well, I'm not going to be in that movie.
Yeah, you are.
Not if Sean's not in
Yes,
it.
you are.
Nah.
Don't be stupid. Anyway, it's a very cool movie. It's about a soap opera star. It's called Saving Paradise. About a soap opera star who inherits an old rundown.
I'm the old rundown.
Inherits an old rundown beach resort that's in financial difficulty. It's like a Hallmark movie, and he gets all his soap opera buddies to come in, and we do like an auction, to like sell them
wow.
a date with them to raise money to do it. And so we're bringing in people, men and women who were famous like in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of them.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
may be playing opposite Joan Collins. If Joan Collins,
You gotta
comes
quit
in.
saying these things. These are not public
I
things.
could say what the fuck ever I want. You tell me.
You asked me though,
You
why
can't-
you
you-
asked me why I never tell him anything. It's because he fucking sells it, and we're not allowed to talk about that shit yet.
I didn't say I was screwing Joan Collins. I said
But he would be good. Actually, I have a
said-
werewolf movie I'm doing too.
I said she may be playing my wife.
Yes, she may.
And then open the segue to talking about something. You don't know how to do this.
I do know how to do that.
That's why before I came on this show, you were a crappy nothing show.
Yeah, no, we
The
weren't.
minute I came on, it flew up because you're afraid of things. Listen. People love us out there, all 5 million of you, because we're honest. We don't play little faggot games.
No, it's reassuring these days. Yeah. Honesty.
Yeah, we're not
Directness.
about it. So one person I see that you've done a lot of work with, and I guess because you
Like
were
what? My saying Joan Collins is going to wreck his movie. Get over it.
no, but he's done movies and stuff with a whole bunch of
He'd
people
be
that have been on the
perfect.
show.
He would be perfect.
So-
I know the script. He would be perfect.
So you worked a lot with Jessica Morris, who's been on our show a couple of times. I love her to death. You did A Mermaid for Christmas with her, and I actually I have the trailer for it because it's so cute, and I'm going to play it real quick for everybody to see it. So one thing I like is that you're not pigeonholed as a soap opera star. You're not only making Lifetime kind of movies. You're making like family films. You're making horror movies, a lot of horror movies.
Jimmy.
Would you please let me finish?
No, you used a horrible word.
What?
Pigeonholed.
No, it's not a movie.
No. The soap opera stars are far more important than a lot of the other people. They are, in their own right, the most looked at of all stars.
That's the hardest job.
I mean,
to be a soap opera star.
let's get somebody. What's that jerk? The one that dumped my Angie. Angie's ex-husband. Angelina Jolie.
I don't know. Like it has
Brad
nothing to do.
Pitt. You are brain dead, and you're young. Brad Pitt is #1 box office, but you have been viewed more than he has. Because Brad Pitt didn't work every day for 365. How many days did you work? Would you say in your whole career? How many?
Well, I did well over 1,500 episodes. So yeah, but that's just on soap opera.
Well,
that's just on
no
soap
one's
opera.
watched Brad Pitt for 15 times.
1,500.
1,500.
Anyway, go
So
back.
I respect soapies. If I were really,
But you missed my point. My point is,
I said the word
horror
pigeonhole.
movie. I know, but horror movie people who come on the show, they're pigeonholed into horror. You've done a ton of horror.
No,
but you're not
use the
pigeonholed.
word. You know what pigeonholed means?
Yes, it means you're stuck in. That's the only thing you do.
Yeah, and that's a wrong thing you're saying.
No, I'm saying he wasn't pigeonholed.
None of our soap opera actors.
I know, but a lot of our other friends are pigeonholed into to one kind of movie.
Because they like the salary every week.
Yeah.
And they like, what do you think? They make a lot of money. Who think Sean Caney works for shit?
I'm not talking about Sean Kanan. I'm talking about horror movie people. You're not paying attention to the
I don't give a
conversation.
shit about horror. Because it's the stupidest industry.
No, it's not.
It's chop 'em
Anyway,
up
go
and
back
blow
to you. I want to go back to you. So one thing about about soap opera people is that, because you guys have to do so many pages every day and you have to
Sean
memorize it
Kanan
and you have to
said
know
one
it.
day he went to work. Sean went to work and he knew his script. They threw 40 pages at him.
Yeah,
I said,
I've
so
been
what
there.
did you do? He
Yeah,
said,
he's been there.
He said, I had to learn 40 pages in 2 hours. I said,
Yeah.
I took about 40 years to learn 2 pages.
No,
So
it's
that must be easy for you because otherwise you wouldn't have made it for all those years.
What's the
easy.
most pages that were thrown at you? What's your most pages that were thrown at you?
Oh God, I don't think it was ever 40, but it was definitely over 20. Like brand new pages, like fresh.
Yes.
No, that's what they
Never-
did to Sean. They gave Sean
Yeah.
40 brand new pages.
I like unbelievable. So you did this movie. It's you guys can see this movie. It's called A Mermaid for Christmas. It's only like a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
So introduce it to us. We're gonna play it real quick and hang on, and we'll be right back. But introduce it for us. And Juan, get The Mermaid for Christmas, please. Go for it.
Oh, you want?
I want you to just announce the trailer. That's your film.
Oh yeah. So A Mermaid for Christmas. This is like it's developed into a cult classic. It has a huge cult following. Like after Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and Christmas for the past 4 or 5 years, this thing just blows up. It's fun. It's cheesy. It's whimsical. Do you want me to give then watch the trailer. You get the kind of a plot point to it. But we shot it. 2019. So like 5 years later, people still love this thing. It's really
I
fun.
thought it was super cute. All right, everybody, A Mermaid for Christmas. Here's the trailer. We'll be right back.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Would everyone please stop saying that word?
Christmas Eve is not a word!
Hey, honey, how's it going over there? If you aren't too busy, would you mind explaining to me why your brother is putting a mermaid in my swimming pool?
Mom, I promise I will explain everything.
Travis, I think something's wrong with her. She told me she's a mermaid.
She's not going to give you any trouble. She's actually pretty nice. Do you honestly believe that you're half fish?
Was that so hard to believe?
Travis goes to the bank, $50,000.
You, Miss Mermaid, are all types of strange, but I still like strange.
this woman for a little bit more than a day. And I don't know how I feel about her, but there's something that draws me to her.
Nothing fishy about falling in love.
Hey, I love it. I think it's so cute. I can see why everybody likes it.
It looks like a feel-good movie.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not a very complicated movie. It's a feel-good movie. It's cheesy. It's whimsical.
We need more feel-good movies.
Yeah, and I think that's why everybody really gets, every year people, like the same people watch it, and then new people are introduced to the movie.
Of course, they're starving for film.
It's really, again, it was so fun to shoot, and I just love the fact that 5 years later, people still freaking love this thing. It's still on Amazon. So
now, where do you think we have gone in film? Everybody is in gray clothing. The sets are all gray. The story is always morbid with blood killing, adultery, homosexuality, lesbians. Do the children of today and people need to learn this? Do they need to know all of this shit?
I think that I would agree that film, a lot of film has really gotten quite serious. Fine, fair. I think that we had a movie when we have a movie like Deadpool and Wolverine that just came out. There's a reason why that thing made literally over $1 billion worldwide, because I think people they want to go to the movie theater to be entertained, to feel good, as we've been saying. And I think
the number one movie today, it opened and it made $18 million.
That's what I mean.
It cost $5 million to make.
I don't think, and who am I to say this, but in my humble opinion, I think that the majority of the movies that are being made and released in the theaters these days are not movie theater type popcorn movies, which is why movie tickets are down. There's a reason why when Top Gun Maverick came out like a few summers ago, that thing blew up because, listen, I love superhero movies. They have their place, but I think that if you want to get people to the movie theater out of their house, out of their home theaters nowadays, which are cheaper and cheaper to build these days, then you need a movie theater type, experience. And I think to your point, Ron, a lot of the movies that are coming out are very emo. They're very plot, like Joker 2 bombed.
What we need is to laugh. I can go to a party of 50 people in a room. They're quietly speaking. They're talking boring shit. I'm not interested. So I start I put it on. I become Ron Russell, the crazy guy. They start laughing. The entire room that was over there is now here with me. Laughter attracts people. If you make people laugh, they will follow you. If you make movies that make people laugh and are happy, they will love them. This is my point. We must bring back the comedy, the romantic comedy, the family comedy. We've got to bring it back. Otherwise, we're lost as a civilization because we cannot live with blood, guts, chopping. Listen. Oh, I have to say something. He's going to faint. Very dear friends of mine, one of our best friends, does a movie, but he never tells you about the movie. We went to the red carpet event, and they got a man in a dungeon. They tied him to a bed on his back, and they proceeded to cut his penis off. And we saw them cutting the penis.
Ron almost had a heart attack.
I said to my friend, I said, "What the fuck are you doing?" He said, "It makes money." So I said to him, and this is a true story. I said to him, "So what is it next? You're going to get a woman, put firecrackers up her cunt, and then blow her pussy off?" And you know what he said to me?
Maybe I haven't been done.
It's been done. It's been done in a movie. And I thought to myself, dear Lord, what the hell is going on here?
All right, hold on. I want to change this. I want to go back. I want to go back to Wolverine.
No, the audience loves
Deadpool. I didn't go to Deadpool and Wolverine. I haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty good friends with Tyler Mane and Sabretooth. I love Sabretooth. He has a cameo in it at least. So let's go to you because you're a big burly guy. You like superhero movies. If you were going to be a superhero, who would you want to be? Like, what superhero is one that you like so much that you'd be like, oh my God, I'd love to tackle that and be that superhero?
Thor.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's a toss-up between Captain America and Thor.
Okay, I'd probably pick Captain America, but you could be Thor.
And I don't have to pick anybody because I am Flash Gordon.
He likes Flash Gordon.
Oh, no, I am Flash Gordon.
Which makes it
Flash
fun.
Gordon, that's a classic. Absolute classic. Yeah, you know what? I think you swayed me. I think I might go Captain America. I think you're right.
Yeah, I like that Captain America better.
Any of those good characters.
He likes the Buster Crab Captain America because that's what he watched when he was young.
Flash Gordon. I grew up. We didn't have heroes like today. We had Superman, Batman, Flash Gordon,
Green Hornet.
Green Hornet was weak. More of a radio show actually. We listened to.
So I actually collect action figures, and I got him a Buster Crab Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Oh my God, that's great.
But for me,
with the real ray gun and the Strata sled that they flew around in. Wonderful.
Oh my God.
That's wonderful.
So I got him that, and then I have all the Sam Jones Flash because we had Sam Jones on our show last year. He was great. He told us the greatest stories. He's my Flash Gordon, that's my generation.
Yeah. I was thrilled to pieces to meet him because I'm such a fan of Flash Gordon. So when I met him, I just flipped over.
For some reason, too, though, I've always liked Daredevil. I don't know why. I don't really like any of the movies, but I like the comics. And I collect Daredevil action figures and Batman action figures. We had Antonio Sabato Jr. on, and he collects all Batman.
And what I like about all the Flash Gordon movies and TV things that we've seen, in the Flash Gordon film, you'll never see blood and guts. You'll never see blood and guts.
No.
They shoot them with the ray gun and they disappear. So that's what I like. When kids see that, when kids watch those films,
they actually like it though. They like it. So in the chat room, they think you could do either one. They think you could be Thor or Captain America. So that works. And maybe that opportunity will come. Maybe somebody from Marvel will hear this and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, we have to go to Kyle Lowder and
oh my God, yeah."
Because they don't want to. The guy doesn't want to be Captain America anymore.
No, but you know what I read?
Chris Evans.
Listen, wait. Nobody's talking. Nobody talk. You could apply. You should go try out for it. They are making the new Flash Gordon.
Yeah, we read that they're making.
They're looking for an Emperor Ming, and they're looking for Flash Gordon.
Really?
Go try out.
Get your agent to figure out who's doing it.
You could be Flash Gordon. Oh my God,
I love it. So do you like doing movies better or soap operas better? And is soap operas really a lot harder just because of all the script challenges?
I think soap opera was a lot more. It kept me busier. It was more of a regular thing, which I think any actor would agree is always a good thing in the entertainment industry. I think the reason why I love film so much is you guys know this, you really get a chance to create a scene. Soap opera is, soap opera, and it's to no fault. This is the way they've always done it. It's the way they have to do it because they shoot 5 episodes a week. There's no reruns. It's year round. They just don't have a lot of time on set. So, the sets are pre-lit. The blocking is, you have very minimal. You have 3, sometimes 4 cameras. And, if you shoot the scene and everybody hits their mark and nobody messes up their lines and it's a good scene, they take it and they move on. Whereas in film, as you guys know, again, it's like one camera. They light you specifically, for the scene. So you look great. And you really have a chance. You can do as many takes as you want. Like I think David Fincher's infamous for doing 100 takes, for one line, something like that. And I think that's the extreme. But as an actor, you really feel like you're just getting down to the absolute core and the essence of what you want to get across in a scene. And I think any creative likes that extended and that deeper creative process. Soap opera is just it's very fast. But again, I like the fast pace of it. I like the fact that it was very, very steady work. And you know, it's the closest thing to kind of like a 9-to-5 job that you can have in the entertainment industry. It's very steady. It's very regular. But again, film, I think creatively takes the cake on that one.
Absolutely.
You know Tristan Rogers, right?
I know the name. I don't know him personally.
Oh, he lives here. We know him.
Oh, yeah, we live in Palm Springs, just so
Yeah.
you know, and all the soap operas have houses
And,
here.
yeah, and I said to Tristan something about the long hours, and he said to me, Ron, I could work around the clock.
Yeah, I could too. I think I would agree with that.
All the energy in the world, but the
I would
day-
agree with that.
he's
I think
not
that-
working, he can't even walk.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's a cliche, but you know, when you do what you love, it's not, you know, you don't work a day in your life. I did a horror movie one time where we had to do night shoots because the whole thing took place at night. It was like the whole movie took place over the course of like, the script was one night is what I'm trying to say. It took 2 weeks to film it, but it was all during the night. So my call time was 6 p.m. shot till 6 a.m. every day. First of all, that was the most brutal schedule ever because you're working through the night, sleeping during the day, which I played a vampire and I quite literally felt like a vampire during that movie. I don't ever think I really want to do that again, but I loved it because I was on set and I love being on a set.
That's how Tristan is only happy when he's working. Now, let me give you the lineup of who we know and who lives here. This is like soap opera city.
Sean has a house here.
Sean Kanan, Tristan Rogers, what's the name? The one I like. All the girl ones. Oh, geez.
Bobby Eakes doesn't live here anymore. She moved.
Not Bobby Eakes, the other one.
You have
the one that we went to her house all the time. What the fuck is her name? Oh,
you shouldn't bring up conversations if you don't know who you're going to
well,
say.
you know, I'm old. I'm trying to make a show, and it's very difficult. Now you know why I have an earpiece when I work. I get fed lines. I don't remember.
Who's the one? Judith Chapman lives here.
Judith Chapman lives here.
Michael Damian doesn't live here, but we know him really well.
And what's the other girl who I love a lot? Oh, I love her. The airline stewardess.
Oh, she doesn't live in Palm Springs.
Yes, she does.
She lives in L.A.
She has a house here.
Oh, I didn't know that. You would know her. Young and the Restless. Kate Linder.
Kate.
Oh, wait, she's an airline stewardess?
Yeah.
Flight attendant?
She's a sweetheart. We love her.
Oh, she's been a flight attendant her entire career. When she's not working on Young and the Restless, she's like their celebrity flight attendant. She's been doing it for years.
Well, you would know.
I never knew that.
She was at Sean's book signing that we were there.
She knows her, but he didn't know she was a flight attendant.
Oh yeah, she was.
I know Kate. I had no idea she was a flight attendant though,
which is cool.
And what about the other one, the one I like that's in the series that plays the wicked bitch that tells Sean he's too old?
She doesn't live here. She lives in L.A.
She doesn't have a house here?
No.
Oh. What was her name anyway?
Oh my gosh, I can't.
I forgot. Anyway, we have I think every soap opera star is here in Palm Springs.
It's a nice place to live.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's too hot.
It's very hot, but well, he's in Reno. It's
Very
hot in Reno, so right.
Not Palm Springs though.
It's too gay and too hot.
And we're gay. It's too gay.
No, it's much too gay.
I'm going to tell you who he's the person that he can't think of.
I love her. She's a wonderful.
Carolyn Hennessy.
Oh, what an actress!
We both go.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
you know
here,
who she is, right?
I'm sure he knows.
Yeah.
Carolyn Hennessy.
Yeah.
She was there too the night that we saw him. So okay, so here's a question I like to ask everybody. First of all, you have another movie, and I haven't seen it. Tell me if it's any good. I want to see it. I love the cast. It's called The Ravine, with Eric Danes, Terry Polo, Leslie Ogles, Peter Fasinelli, and Bill Kelly. Is that a good movie?
I think it's a very, very good movie. Like just the cast alone.
The cast is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a very, very intense movie. I will say, it's like going back to what we were saying before. It's very heavy. You know, it's not. But I will say, and I do mean this. It has that, for lack of a better word, that redemptive feeling at the end. Though it's a very all's well that ends well. But here's the fascinating thing about that film, though. It is based on a true story, and it's actually pretty accurate to the real story. And it's about a husband who kills his family, his wife and his kids. And it's a it's a deep dive into the exploration and the psyche of both somebody who would do something like that and then the people that are affected by it, like his family and friends and things like that. I play the brother. I play Peter Fasinelli's brother in that movie. And I have scenes with him and Ron Dane and Terry Polo. And the acting is great. The writing is great. The movie visually is great. And it's really deep, but it does have a very redemptive quality at the end. I do recommend it.
Who produced it?
Who did it? I don't know who did it.
Who produced it?
It's Keone Waxman directed it. He's very famous for back in the day. Got to start doing Steven Seagal movies.
I love
But,
Steven Seagal movies. They were my favorite when I was young. No, you guys, Ravine. I'm gonna actually watch it.
Why is Joe Kelly in that?
Joe Kelly's not in it.
I thought I heard Joe Kelly.
No, Joe Kelly. No, Joe Kelly's not in that. No, Bill Kelly, which has somebody. He's a Facebook friend and Instagram friend that I know. No, but it's an A-list cast. It's a really good cast, so I thought it might be really good. So here's something I like to ask everybody: bucket list. Worked with a lot of cool people. Bucket list, male and female actor, living or dead. Living or dead that you would have liked to have worked with, and then the second half of the question is if you could have been in any movie ever been made.
Wait, do it slower. He's
not getting confused. No, they have to have time to think. If you could be in any movie that's ever been made in history, what movie would you have liked to have been in? And that way, it's a 2.
Yeah, these questions are so tough because being a fan of film and classic film going back to the 30s and 40s. I'll answer the first question. The second question first. Hands down, I want to be in Casablanca. I want to be on the Warner Brothers lot on those sound stages shooting that. That is my favorite classic. I would say even just favorite film of all time. That one and To Catch a Thief. Who would I act with? Oh God. Because again, you have classic. You have classic film actors and modern actors.
So give me a classic one and a modern one.
God, I'd love to work with Humphrey Bogart. I think he's just so, people just like, oh, he's not a great actor. I mean, that man is just, he had such a presence on screen for such a small man. That would be great to do, to work with Humphrey. Grace Kelly in To Catch a Thief is just absolutely divine. She's crazy beautiful. Just what a starlet back then. Jeez.
I was in love with her when I was 16.
Right.
Then, so you know, real quick. So Ron was best friends with Jane Russell.
Oh wow!
He was best friends with Jane Russell, and he has met all of them. He did stuff with Elizabeth Taylor. He knew Betty Davis. He knew all those different stars.
I like Cary Grant. I'd love to.
Hollywood, the real Hollywood.
I'd love to work. Grace Kelly and Cary Grant in To Catch a Thief are just. I mean, that would be amazing. I would either love to be in To Catch a Thief or Casablanca. I'll have to go with those. Classic actors, Grace Kelly. I like your answer. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'd love to work with Charlize Theron because I think
I like that. I would like to
because I think she is that actress. And there are a lot of actresses that fall into this bucket, but she is so fiercely beautiful, but equally as fiercely talented as an actress. Like, look what the movies she's done. She hasn't just played off of her looks, as they say. I think she would be such a challenge in a good way to work with because you would have to raise your bar so freaking high to work with her. I agree with you. Yeah.
What about a male? Yeah. What a male actor you'd like to work with? One.
Oh man, Robert Downey Jr. would be an absolute hoot to work with.
Oh, I like that. Yes, I like that too.
You would not like working with him.
No, I hear he's a lot.
Yes.
I get stories back from people who have worked with him and know him. My nephew.
No, don't tell that story.
Yeah, I'm going to tell it. I'm allowed. Don't direct me or censor me. My nephew was a dope addict, big time dope addict, and he used to sleep under the Santa Monica Beach Bridge with Downey, who was a drug addict.
Back before he became
the both of them used to go hunting for drugs. Big drug addict, and the stories that I've heard about him.
I think he's kind of he's reinvented himself though.
Yes, he has reinvented himself. Yes,
Yeah.
that was a long time
into a
ago.
nasty son of a bitch.
But they
who's
do say he's
arrogant
not that nice.
and thinks he knows it all.
They
He
do
thinks-
say
he
that.
thinks he's the superior person.
No, I like
He's nothing
Buffett.
but a bit actor. He's still a bit actor, as far as I'm concerned. I know stories about what he's done.
I don't agree with that part, but I agree with the
No,
fact that
I
it's
don't believe
difficult.
that anybody in our business has the right to be ugly or not. The beautiful part of old Hollywood was, no matter what, if you were a bitch or a killer man, you never let the audience know. You were always gracious and charming.
He means when they're not on screen. Yes.
When they're not on screen. But
No, I hear you there.
these actors that misbehave, how can you like them when you know all the crap about them? I mean, look at Britney Spears when she came
I know,
out.
we're gonna see a lot of shit though when the Diddy shit comes out soon.
Yeah, but when Britney Spears, hey, listen, Britney.
That'll be your big story for you.
Britney Spears.
I'm already reporting on it, man. It's
Britney Spears.
there's so many people that are gonna go down with that shit. I'm just telling you.
I can't wait for it all to come out. I actually met Diddy. I met him before. He wasn't very nice. I was at an award show with him.
They're gonna have to protect him because the people are gonna try to have him.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
just like Epstein.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting. All right, you guys, this is Kyle Louder. Please check out all his different films. He's got a bunch of good ones. Wedding Day is another one that he's got. A Mermaid for Christmas you want to see. It's going to be up for Christmas now. He has you have another one. Oh, Heart for the Holidays.
Yeah, and then also check out for Halloween. Check out Amityville Harvest. It's on Apple TV, Amazon streaming right now. That's a really great horror movie that is great for this time of year, like Halloween. That's a good one.
You gotta love it, everybody. So follow Kyle.
My final words to you, young man, is try to be honest and tell the truth when you deliver the news. Don't sugarcoat anything. Don't try to fool the public, because the public.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
Don't
Tell
worry
it
about
like it is, or get the fuck off the show. That's my feelings. I
agree with you.
So much of
I
the
agree with
news
you.
today is a lie.
Yeah, he can't stand
the news. Is
Yeah,
covering
I'm
up.
not part of that, Cole. Don't worry about that.
Good for you. And get. I hope that you get the. I hope everybody gives you the scoop on Diddy first, so you get to break it because it's the coolest thing ever.
And if we get to vote for the best anchor, if we get that, we get all.
We don't live that, but that's in Nevada. I don't.
We
think
get everything. We vote.
We
for
want
it.
you to win the best news anchor. Everybody,
We will vote for you.
Check out
Thank you.
KTVN in Reno on CBS. You guys follow Kyle on Instagram. It's Kyle Louder 22. We want to thank you for coming on the show. Best of luck with everything that you're doing. And if you get some big movies coming out and that you're doing them, please let us know. We'll bring you back.
I'll let you know. Thank you guys for having me. This is really great. I appreciate
You've been terrific.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for a good show.
Yay!
You're a good talker.
Thank you.
I guess that's why he's
All
an
right.
anchor.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
All right,
guys.
everybody, before we bring on our next guest, we're going to do a quick play. I told you guys we would play the trailer for Clown Motel 3 Ways to Hell last week, but we didn't do it because I didn't have it. But I've got it now, so please, here's the trailer for Clown Motel 3 Ways to Hell. Enjoy it, and then we'll be back with our next guest.
To fulfill your ancestors' separation of the human world and the clown world. First,
You came to steal our gold, so I'm going to steal your soul.
What's the verdict?
We have 12 missing military members.
Rivers, you can do it.
General, are you saying one last rescue mission?
We have one shot at this. Let's make it count.
We go from Silent Hill to killer clowns from outer space.
Welcome to the Clown Motel.
Ever
hear of the blood moon ritual? The transformation was a success.
Now go get me those sacrifices.
I love you.
You see, the queen was chosen.
Welcome to the Clown Motel.
Acid?
Hey everybody, so that's Clown Motel, 3 Ways to Hell. And it's not coming out till next year, but the video just got released a week ago, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And now we're going to bring on our next guest. Let's bring on Sonny. Hopefully it all works good. Hey Sonny, how you doing?
Hey there, I can't complain.
Good for you.
Question, is this the famous Jimmy Star and Ron Russell show that I am on at the moment?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So let me introduce you to my cool, outrageous man about town, Ron Russell. And our dog,
Ron.
Asher.
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Good,
Hey,
I'm
guys,
interested
another
in-
thing. One more thing. I'm celebrating 341 days clean and sober.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Not all in a row, though.
Oh. He's like you. Did you hear what he said?
No.
I'm celebrating 341 days clean and sober. And then he said, but not in a row. So we have a chat room filled with people. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hey, how's it going? Hello.
There you go. You can't see them, but they can see you.
Buenos
So
something.
There you go.
Días, tardes.
So-
Buenos, menos.
so let me ask you a question.
Mucho gusto en conocerlo. That's all I know.
That's fine. That's all you need to know. So
That means, okay, go ahead.
what does it mean?
It means it's very nice to meet you. Mucho gusto en conocerlo.
And so,
But
what
I
are you?
only have
Where are
one-
you?
Huh?
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Cumberland, Maryland, about 60 miles south of Pittsburgh, just inside the Maryland line.
Okay, we
Just
lived in
across the
Pennsylvania.
PA line in Allegheny County, the Appalachian Mountains.
We lived in
Way-
Doylestown. We lived in Doylestown, Pennsylvania for 5 years, right?
And where?
Doylestown, Pennsylvania, which is
Doylestown.
closer to New Jersey. You know, pretty close to New Jersey,
It's next to New Hope.
next to New Hope.
Oh, New Hope. Yeah, I'm familiar with New Hope. They have that big film festival there. That a friend of mine, he's one of the producers of that film festival, Tom Mulligan.
Oh,
He
that
produ-
I
he's one
don't
of the
know.
producers. Yeah, I mean, I was in PA a lot. I went to see when I was a kid. My cousin used to take me to see the Steelers and the Pirates play.
There you go.
Way back when they still had Terry Bradshaw and Roberto Clemente on the Pirates, and way back. So because we were only an hour south of Pittsburgh,
Knew
so
Terry Bradshaw.
He knew Terry Bradshaw.
His wife was
Really?
his wife was the ice skater. My daughter Leslie was taking ice skating lessons on Long Island with Bobby Denard, and one of the women there was his wife. The hell was her name?
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Starbuck was her name. Something Starbuck.
So anyway,
hey,
So
let me ask you a question: is this better with his light off, or no?
turn it back on and let me tell you. No, it's better with the light on.
Better
Right.
on?
His wife's name was JoJo Starbuck.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
JoJo Starbuck. Yeah.
That
She
was
very,
Terry's wife?
Very nice lady. And he was at the ice skating rink and we met him.
So I have a question for you because I don't know if you saw any of the interview we just did, but he was a
Yeah.
Sophie, and you've
saw
been on
some
a
of
bunch
it.
of you've been on a bunch of soap operas too, but I didn't know it because it's not on your IMDb, but it's on your resume.
Yeah, I did a bunch. When I first got
General Hospital, Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, when I first got out here, in about 82, I believe it was. It could have been 81, but I think it was 82. But when I first got out here, I had no idea what to do. So I went to Samuel French's on Sunset, and I don't even know if it's still there. Samuel French Bookstore. Do you remember that one?
Do you know French's? Of course.
Samuel French, yeah. It was, it was an actor's store, basically. They had, all the casting books, or the names of all the casting people were there, and they had all these books on acting and how to break into the business and all this stuff, right? So I got a book. I went to some headshots. I started sending them out all over the place. And Dora Sabah from Days of Our Lives, NBC Burbank, called me in. Do you remember Dora Sabah? Anyway, she called me in. I read for her, and I ended up doing a bunch of Days of Our Lives. They were all guests.
The guy was on. The guy we just had on. He was on like Days of Our Lives for like 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I was never a regular, but I did a lot of co-star and guest star roles on it years ago. And then, it was a lot of fun, and I agreed with him. I mean, I didn't have the steady work that he had, but it was great to get called in every so often and play like a Missouri State Trooper or a mob boss or a construction worker. It was always some blue collar, a cop, military. With my look, obviously you can see that, I'm sure. So that's what I got called to do. And then I did a casting director workshop with Gwen Hillier from General Hospital. Mark Teschner was the head caster, and Gwen was his assistant. I did one of those workshops where you go in and you read a scene or two scenes, you pay $40. And then a couple of days later, Gwen called me and says, "Hey, I'd like you to do on the show next week. I'd like you to play blah, blah." I forgot what it was now, but she said, the script will be, I'll send the script, they FedEx you the script. So I ended up doing a bunch of General Hospitals, and then, and they were great because, I remember one time I did General Hospital. I was from the parking lot in makeup, wardrobe, shot my scenes and was out back in the parking lot 1 hour.
There you go.
That's easy money.
Actually, hold on. Everybody in the chat room is talking about JoJo Starbuck was very famous. So Terry Bradshaw's wife was really famous. They said.
I heard. I definitely heard.
JoJo Starbuck was a skater, professional skater, and my daughter Leslie was about 8 or 9, and Bobby Denard, who owned the rink, was my dearest friend for years and years. So when I was there with my kid, JoJo was there. In fact, my daughter Leslie modeled for JoJo Starbuck's. Got those 2 pictures of Leslie in the ice skates. They photographed my daughter in ice skates wearing JoJo Starbuck's skating clothing.
You guys are kind of from the same generation because he's only a little bit younger than you.
Nobody's younger than me.
I'm a lot younger. I'm a lot younger than him. A lot younger. I'm a kid compared to that guy.
I'm 50.
Well, he's 84. I know. You're like 75, right?
He loves to say that 84. I think he gets a pleasure because he figures I'm going to die soon.
No.
And he can get my furniture.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I was born in 49. So I know you're a bit older than me. You were born in like 40, 41, 42, somewhere there around.
1940.
40. Okay. So you got me by 9 years.
Right. Franklin Roosevelt signed my birth certificate. It's true.
Okay.
Really, Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed my. Not they did everybody. It was a mimeographed one.
Right.
They don't use the word.
Oh wow! Yeah.
In those days, it was automatic. I never met him, or everyone that was born while he was in office, his name was on our birth certificates.
So I one of the things that I think is like a 6th degree. So Ron has 2 daughters. And one of them used to be an actress. Her name was Deirdre, and she was in a movie.
She's still an actress. She's just not working.
She's not really working as an actress now. But she had a big role, even though it got cut out, in Elizabethtown. And you were also in Elizabethtown, which means you guys were both in the same place at the same time.
And you know why my daughter's scene got cut out? Because she didn't listen to her father. I said, Deirdre, what are you going to wear? On your scene? She said, I have a wonderful burnt orange jacket. I said, don't wear it. She said, why? I said, because the star's not going to allow it. Because you're going to show and she's not. You're tall, you're a redhead, you're young. You're playing opposite a woman who's older.
No, it was Kristen Dunst. They're about the same age.
No,
Kirsten Dunst, yeah.
That wasn't the scene Deirdre was in.
Oh, okay.
I mean, wouldn't Wardrobe and Cameron Crowe have something to say about what she was wearing and say yay or nay? You know what I mean?
No. And
no,
I saw an out. I don't know how the hell I got to see an outtake, but I did. And all you saw was Deirdre's red hair, green eyes, and that orange top.
She kissed him, right? She kissed Orlando Bloom on the cheek or something.
No, that's another movie.
No, it's not.
What movie?
We're talking about Elizabethtown with Orlando Bloom.
No, Orlando Bloom was not in that movie.
Yes, he is. He's the star.
He's the lead. He's the young male lead in that movie. Yes.
Oh, I got the wrong story because they cut her scene out because she was showing.
That's the one, though. She cut her scene out of that one. She asked if she could kiss him on the cheek, and I think that they said no, but she did it anyway or something, and then they got cut out.
No, I thought it was Roses.
No, that's a different one. Yeah, that's the Malcolm McDowell movie.
So who? That's where she kissed.
Oh. Anyway, she got cut out of Elizabethtown. Can you see you? Did your scene stay? We just watched that for the first time about a year ago.
I have a little bit of stuff in it. Not a whole lot. Some of my stuff got cut too. I played the E-Town veteran, and I have some scenes with. I'm in the scene with Orlando Bloom. Then I'm in a barbecue scene in the backyard. What's that lady from Georgia? She sells all that food. She's a big time chef.
Yeah. Paula Dean.
Paula Dean. Yeah. Paula Dean. So I had some stuff with her, and I had some scenes in a where the family got together, and then I had a couple scenes in the backyard. They had a backyard barbecue, and I was there 5 days. I didn't have a big role, but I got to meet everybody. I mean, Alec Baldwin wasn't there when I was there. But I did. Kirsten Dunst was there. Orlando Bloom was there. Oh gosh, he's been in a lot of stuff. He always plays a cop. Anyway,
do you play a cop a lot? Have you played a cop a lot? Yeah.
Yeah, and military. Yeah, I've played a lot of those.
He plays preacher, policeman.
I played a lot of mob bosses.
He plays a lot of mob bosses too.
Yeah. I was on a series called Cypher on the Roku channel. I was the mob boss on that show.
Actually, that's a good show.
I was the mob boss Chris on that show, and it got renewed for seasons 2 and 3. And the sad thing was that I had just signed a contract for 26 more episodes. And a month later, the actors went on strike, like literally about a month later. So the showrunner says, Sherry with Organic Media in Santa Monica says, look, well, we've got second season is written. Well, first the writers went on strike and then the actors after that. But she says the writers have written season 2 and 2 episodes of season 3. And theoretically, they're paid. We could go ahead and shoot this. Though that second season, 2 episodes. And then the actors went on strike. And she says, well, we're done now. We can't shoot it because this is everything SAG. And it was all union. It was an all union thing. So she said, we're just going to wait it out. And then when this thing's over, hopefully we can get back to filming, And I had signed a really nice contract with a bonus at the last week of shooting. And then about, I don't know, when did the strike end? December or something? November, December of that same year?
December.
It was 8 or 9 months, whatever it was. I don't recall now, but then Sherry Gruel is her name, very, very nice person. And she was the showrunner. She sent everybody an email, said, look, Roku pulled the pin on the show. So that was the end of that. But
so do you like doing because you've done a bunch of TV series and you also have done a bunch of movies. Do you like doing which do you prefer, TV series or movies?
Well, the series stuff is great if you're a regular. I mean, well, even a co-star guest, I like doing any of it and all of it, honestly. You name it, it's fine with me as long as the check cashes, If the check cashes, I'm good.
That's funny. I like that.
And if you're treated properly, if you're not, made to sit out I don't know, out in the lower 40 and freeze while you're trying to eat lunch. I mean, if you're treated properly and the money's good, I mean, I'll pretty much do anything. I won't do full nudity. No, I won't do that. There's a few things I won't do. most things I will. Most things I'll do. But I like when Kyle said soaps. You know, see, I was never regular, and I can see his point about. You know, it's regular. It's the closest 9 to 5 as you can get, right? I mean, it's regular money every week, and that would be cool. I like movies because it pays a lot more money, and you're not there as long. You don't have to. Your whole life's not on set. And I have a wife married 52 years, and I have 8 grandkids and 3 kids.
Yeah,
so I don't want to be gone all the time. I just don't. And I have enough money now where I really don't have to work all the time. I don't have to make ends meet, you know? So, I mean, we're pretty well off now. So
I will work.
I'm very grateful.
I will work till I drop dead.
Well, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm going to do.
Because I love my work.
Yeah.
And what would I do if I stopped making movies and doing this show? What would I do? Play dominoes? I mean, go sit in the park with pigeons? What do you do?
Yeah, no, you're right. I get the same. I have the same feelings about it. Exactly. I'm going to keep doing this till I drop dead. I mean, my grandpa, he didn't make movies, but he worked until he dropped over. He died at work. He hated retirement. He was a Scotsman. He hated retirement.
Retirement is when the brain stops working, and when the brain stops working, the body stops working, and the heart stops working. So as long as you got all those things going, you're going to live.
I also think you've done a lot of cool things.
And I play music too. I have gigs almost every week. And I have a tune out called America the Great. It's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube.
It's on
Music.
YouTube. It's on YouTube. I listened to it yesterday. It's on YouTube Music.
Yeah, well, I think it should be re-recorded, but I had to fight with the band over it, so we didn't do it. But I think the lyrics are very patriotic.
The lyrics are really good, and you should re-record it because the voice is drowned out too much in it.
You're right. That's another reason I want to re-record it. But I think the premise of the song, the lyrics, and the music, I think all those are good. I just think the production quality could have been a lot better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the stuff you've actually done. First of all, I want to talk about some of the people you've worked with because it'll tie it together. But you've worked with a bunch of people, and a bunch of them have been on our show. Some of them were on many years ago. Even though I have never worked with Meg Foster, I would like to. But Corin Nemec, Bill Oberst Jr., you've done a lot of stuff with Bill Oberst Jr. He's been on the show a million times. We both love him. Courtney Gaines has been on the show. Maria Olsen has been on the show. Corin Nemec, I said already. Courtney Gaines, Bill Oberst, Eric Roberts been on the show. Peter Jason's been on the show. Sherry Davis is a very good friend of ours. I guess you've probably worked with her on a lot of stuff since you're in LA.
Love Sherry.
We love her to death. Robert Donovan's been on the show a bunch of times. Andrew Stevens we just had on the show. Let's see. Robert, you have a lot of them that you've done a bunch. So you've done a bunch of stuff with Corin Nemec, Robert Donovan, and Bill Oberst Jr., all terrific talents, super really great guys. But you did a movie called The Deceived with Meg Foster. Did you get to actually work with Meg Foster? I love Meg Foster.
Oh yeah, I had some scenes with Meg, and that should be out. I would guess the director is from Australia, Ash Aaron. As a matter of fact, they flew everybody over, other than a few extras and folks from local. They shot most of it in the Malibu area, and he tells me that the trailer should be out within a week or two. And then he thinks the movie will actually be out in its entirety, and they're going for a theatrical release. He feels like it should be out within end of this month or November. And it is The Deceived, and Meg Foster is in it. And she was the original. I don't know if she's the original Cagney or Lacey. I can't remember now. She was one of them.
No, but she was in that Roddy Piper movie, They Live. She was her and Roddy Piper were the two stars of it, and I just always remember it from when I was a kid. And she's a super talent.
She is.
Also, I have Dawn Hinton. I have Dawn Hinton in the chat room. She told me to tell you hello. She watched Oildale. You have Oildale. I think it's on Tubi, right?
It's on Prime.
Oh,
actually.
on Amazon Prime about
Amazon Prime. Yeah.
about homeless veterans that don't have a place to live.
Yeah, and that's gotten some fantastic reviews. It's actually about a family, and it's about a 16-year-old girl and her 12-year-old brother, and they take in these. Their grandpa dies. They're living with their grandpa. I'm sorry. They have to put him in a nursing home because he's just too far gone. They just can't handle him. So they put him in a nursing home, and then all the grandpa's pension money, all of his income goes to pay the nursing home for his care. And so this 16-year-old girl and her 13-year-old brother, they decide to take boarders in to make ends meet. So they take in 3 veterans, and I'm one of them. And I'm the only homeless one that they take in an Iraq vet and 2 Vietnam vets, and I'm playing one of the Vietnam vets. And I've been on the street for a lot of years since Vietnam, and she's an aspiring country singer, so there's a lot of music in it, and we shot a lot of the music scenes at the Fox Theater in Bakersfield. That I'm trying to think who built that. I think maybe Buck Owens.
I liked it so much too, is because she lives in Bakersfield.
Yeah, and it's got great reviews, and my all the performances are, it's Lynn Salt and David Mueller made the film. Lynn Salt wrote the film. She's a writer, and we did shoot it in the Bakersfield, Oildale area. But I played a homeless Vietnam vet, Larry Atkins, and since I am a Vietnam vet, I had a lot that I could go to.
She actually lives in Oildale. That's funny. She lives in Oildale.
It's a good movie if you haven't seen it. I mean, it's a low budget movie, but the story is very good. I feel like all of the acting was very good, and the story is very good. So, it's a good family friendly movie. There's no cursing in it. There's no gratuitous sex or anything. It's a good film. It really is. I'm really proud of that film.
You have a lot of stuff that you've done that's good story type stuff. I just want to ask this one question. Ron won't know who these people are, but when you did Somebody Help Me Too, was Marquette Houston and Omarion, were they cool? Like musically, I'm a big fan of their music back in the day.
I think Omarion had a group called B2K.
B2K. Yeah, I love them. And
they were great. They were great, and BET funded the film. We'd stayed in cabins up near Lake Arrowhead. Everything was a night shoot, I think, except maybe one day. So I could sort of relate to what Kyle was saying earlier
about shooting all night.
Yeah.
No
fun. It was kind of hard to stay up all night every night, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I mean, it was still fun, and it did sold so many DVDs. I was like amazed at how many DVDs that thing sold. And not only Marcus and Omarion, but
Jessica Zorba,
Donna Summer's daughter.
Yeah, we should.
Donna Summer's daughter's in it too. Brooklyn Sudano.
Yeah. Yes. Wait, what?
Did we shoot Clown 3 at night somewhere?
No, well, we shot into the night, but we didn't shot overnight. We shot that one night.
We did.
Yeah, until like 11 or 12 at night.
Right.
We didn't shoot overnight. I don't think I would like those overnight shoots either, though. I wouldn't really like that so much. I'm
not crazy about it. And then after I did that, we did Somebody Help Me Too, which I don't think was nearly as good. The story wasn't nearly as good. And then from that, I got hired by Chris Stokes, the director, to do a pilot with John Amos, who just passed away. We did a pilot called
Chris Stokes was the manager for Marquette Houston, because he had a group also, and then they discovered B2K. I'm big into the music thing, so I like it. And I'm actually friends with the other members of B2K. So I think it's just a cool thing, and I enjoyed it. So let's talk about. Let's go with you got a lot of horror. You got horror movies. You have every kind of movie. Is there a genre that you enjoy the most?
Gosh, I like them all. I really hate the super gory stuff. The super gory stuff. Now I can shoot people on camera. and maybe knife somebody, but cutting their throat or cutting their guts out and all of that, I mean, I guess if the check was good enough, I would probably do it. But I've done things I can't even watch now. I can't watch it because it's too gory. And I don't even, and my kids and grandkids hate seeing me do that stuff.
Ron doesn't like the gory ones either. He's in a bunch of horror movies, but he doesn't really like be in. He doesn't really like them. He doesn't really watch them.
No, the movies I'm in, there's not one scene that I'm in anything horror.
Oh yeah, not you personally, but the movies have horror, but he's not in them.
When I read the script, if my character is, like you said, slitting somebody's throat, I won't accept the part because I won't do it. This is the first movie I'm getting killed in, Clown Motel, 3 Ways to Hell. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Why not?
Because it hasn't come out yet.
Anyway, it was hard for me.
Yeah.
I've never
done.
When
I can't even watch myself do something on screen, then it turns me off. Really.
No, it's just that I'm so opposed to what I did. What I did. This is the weirdness of it. I am an advocate for suicide. I tell everybody, if you're going to commit suicide, call me. Talk to me.
Suicide prevention.
I don't believe in suicide.
Right.
And yet.
Well, I don't either.
And at the part I play, I do it.
Oh, you kill yourself?
And I'm very against it. I hate the idea that
that was his only time. He doesn't usually get killed.
Never.
He also doesn't like it if he won't do the films if they're going to throw blood on his hair because he can't get that fucking fake blood out of his white hair.
So you know that. You
you kind of got it too, so you would have the same problem.
No, I just don't. Listen, I think I'm good enough of an actor. I've been acting for 64 years, okay?
Yeah.
So I think I've learned something in 64 years. To have to be in a movie to kill people and chop them up takes no talent at all. Right. That's not an actor. That's just you're told, chop this, chop that, throw blood. You're not an actor. Actor portrays a story.
Like what you did in Oildale, because I saw the trailer for it.
So I won't be in, I don't do it anymore. I told Jimmy just recently, don't give me any scripts that are bloody and horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I'm not a killer. I'm not a slayer actor. I'm an actor that has talent and has what to say.
So let's go to Hollywood a little bit.
Hey, let's just put it this way. That kind of stuff is boring now to me.
It's
boring, and I should be excited about what I'm doing. I should be happy about it. And if I look at some scenes and I'm chopping somebody up, to me that's boring, and I'd rather just not do it. Or get a stunt double or something.
I don't want to be known in my later years, like poor Betty Davis, who I knew. And we talked about Baby Jane. She did not like it. She needed the $60,000 they paid her. But she did not like that movie at all.
Betty Davis didn't like that movie? She didn't like it?
No. I loved it because I don't know any. I wasn't that. I saw that before I saw any other Betty Davis movies. But
first of all, she was uncomfortable working with Joan Crawford. Number one, they were fighting all the time because sometimes they gave Joan more coffee than they gave Betty. You know what I mean? Stupid shit like that. I asked her in conversation. I said, "What was your favorite movie?" And she said, two movies. All About Eve was her number one, and number two was.
Now Voyager?
Now Voyager.
Actually, you know all those movies, right?
Yeah.
So she had her.
Yeah.
In her whole career, she only had 2 movies she really liked. What movies did she hate with a passion? Which I liked very much. Beyond the Forest. I thought Beyond the Forest was wonderful. She hated that movie.
So let me ask you a question because I asked this to everybody. Bucket list, male and female actor, it could be living or dead, that you would like to work with, that you have, if you have ever had an opportunity to work with somebody, and then what movie would be the movie that's ever been made that you would like to have been in? So do you have a male and female actor, and they can be living or dead because it's just a fun question.
There's just so many. It's hard to narrow it down. But you know what? I heard some of Kyle's interview, and I had to agree with him on Humphrey Bogart. I had to agree with him on that. I think Casablanca, or that one he did in Florida, Key Largo.
Yeah,
I love that one.
We just saw
I
that.
like all his stuff. But I'd say Jimmy, for me, the older guys, Jimmy Cagney. I would have loved to have acted with him. Humphrey Bogart. They're like two of my all-time favorites. Spencer Tracy, I loved him. I loved his saying that I've heard years and years ago. He said, "Look, folks, learn your lines and don't bump into the furniture." And I always thought that was kind of cute. But you know what? It's smart. I mean, let's face it. You got to know your blocking as well, right? Wait a
minute, hang on. When they have blocking in today's movie, they don't have blocking anymore.
Most of the movies he's in don't have blocking.
Not much. No, you're right. They don't. No.
You know what they tell you? Walk over to the window and then go back to the chair. I said,
Ron can't stand it. He doesn't like the fact that, and actually, some of the movies lately have had, because he told them they need to do a rehearsal before they shoot it. But a lot of them, the movies he's been, they don't even do rehearsal. They just get up there, shoot the scene, and nobody knows what anybody's doing.
I won't be in their movie if they don't do a rehearsal.
Well, Cameron Crowe rehearsed, and he's about the only one that did.
Yeah,
I worked with the guy that directed Eraser. Oh shoot.
That's a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah. I had a little scene in that with Vanessa Williams. And that was Arnold and James Caan and Robert Cromwell. There are a lot of good actors in that. But he rehearsed, and Cameron Crowe, as a matter of fact, Cameron Crowe wanted us to show up at Paramount, and I forgot the soundstage, and rehearse. He wanted full rehearsals before we started shooting. And it was cool because we got to meet the cast. Everybody came to the soundstage. They had couches set up everywhere and craft services. And the first thing that happened to me was I sat on the couch and Kirsten Dunst came in, sat down, very sweet, very nice, and introduced herself to me. And Orlando Bloom came in, same thing with him. I didn't see Alec Baldwin was in that film too, and so was Susan Sarandon. They did not rehearse, but the rest of the cast did. Now, maybe they were too, didn't have time or whatever. I mean, not going to disparage.
No, there are a lot of stars. There are a lot of stars that think there's nothing to learn anymore. They think they've learned it all and they don't need anything anymore to help with it. That they're great enough to go out there and make it work. That's bullshit. Because the comfort I have when I work with another actor, it has to be a romance. It has to be a connection. And I find that connection in a rehearsal. The actual shoot, you know your stuff. I like rehearsal because I get to talk with the person before I work with them. It's familiarity. I don't like a cold set. That's it. If it's a cold set and I have to do my lines on that cold set, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like to know the feeling of what it's going to look like when I do it on the take.
So wait, go back though. So that's the male actors. Give me some female actors, and also give me a movie that you think that would have been fun to be in.
Well, I like Diane Lane as a female.
Fabulous. She's fabulous.
I love Diane Lane.
Me too. Wow.
She's wonderful. She is incredible.
Yeah. I always loved her. Boom. I mean, it's I mean, right away. I think
she captures.
Yeah. No, she's amazing. Another female, and I have to agree too with Kyle on Charlize Theron. I love her too. Wow.
I do too.
She's everything she does. She's 1,000% all the time. When she does something, she has her not only the lines, but the role down. One of my old acting teachers said, "Don't just learn the lines, learn the role." Absolutely. Oh, well, what does that mean? That means, what is the character feeling at this point in the scene? What does he mean? What does he mean by this line? He may say, "I love you," but he may actually mean he hates you.
Exactly.
You got to get the
Ron
gist
says
of it.
that all the time. He's all the time because every time he gets actors on, he says all that everybody does is just read lines, but they have no idea what the hell. It's just reading lines.
So many of the young kids on my movies, right? They're young. They don't know what they're doing. They'll say, Ron, how can you help me to be an actor, a better actor? I said, become the character. Become the character. Don't think like the character. Become the character.
Yeah.
Let those words that you're speaking be your reality of who you are. And that's what I say. Get to know the character.
Yeah.
You have to know the character blow its nose. Like I'm dying to blow my nose right now, but because I have sinus. But does the character blow his nose? Because it might be a very important part of the scene.
Yeah.
But a lot of these kids, they don't do that. They don't care what the action is. They only want the word.
Right.
And that's tell everybody this. I'm sure you act this way too.
Well, that's the gist of what I'm saying here is what an old time teacher told me. Don't just learn the lines, learn the role.
Yeah, but hands act.
In the lines.
Hands act. Don't put your hands at your side and say, now I'm going out to play with my dog. Now I'm going to go out to play with my dog. That means something when we touch our hands, our faces all the time when we speak. Yet when they act, they don't want to touch their face, and it's not real. So you see the vintage actors, the really old good ones, or even the old movies. Cary Grant always had his hands in his face because it makes the audience interested.
Wait, did you give us a movie? What's a movie you would like to have been in? Either an old movie or a new movie.
I would love to have played Harrison Ford's part in Blade Runner, the first one.
There you go. Now that's a role.
First one.
Oh yeah, the second one I didn't like at all, but the first one was great.
Yeah, with Harrison Ford and Sean Young and the guy that played Roy Batty passed away. Oh gosh,
I don't remember his name, but we met Sean Young during COVID. Actually, at an event during COVID, she was very nice.
Yeah, he died. Oh gosh, I should know his name.
But Blade Runner was a great movie. Blade Runner is like an iconic movie. I didn't like the remake. Did you like the remake?
No, not really. Not after. No, I didn't. I'm going to find out who that guy is.
So while he's looking, you guys, Sonny King, he's not real active on Instagram, but you can follow him on Instagram. He's Sonny H King. He's on Facebook. Check out check out his IMDb and all the stuff that he's been in. But again, follow him on Instagram, Sonny H King. And we got 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Hey, there's another movie coming out, should be out soon, called Night Carnage. And I played the father of a vampire hunting family.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was told by production that most of my lines were used to narrate the entire film. Now I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the trailer, but it should be out by Lionsgate, called Night Carnage. And they aged me up even more than I am now, with aging makeup and blah blah blah. And anyway, so The Deceived should be out soon. And that's the one with Meg Foster and Cara Nemec. Kelly Sullivan is great in it. And Meg Foster, she was super. Oh, Courtney Gaines.
And Bill Oberst.
He's my deputy. He's my deputy in that.
I love it. So you guys look out for what was the first one you said? Not The Deceived, the Night Carnage.
Night Carnage.
So you guys look out for Night Carnage and The Deceived coming out with Sonny King. Follow him on Instagram. Check out his song, America. What's it called?
America the Great.
America the Great. And we want to thank you for coming on the show. And we'll see you on Facebook because you and I like each other's posts all the time. You're fabulous. Thanks so much for coming on the show. And we'll see you on Facebook.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for the interview.
It was good time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. We're going to Halloween Hotness this weekend. Should be fun. Thanks, everybody, for being in the chat room. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix.
Yeah, we in the mix, it's another episode. Here we go, the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes, download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.